Wednesday Night Wars. Z the Dropout.
A macho man, savage height. Thursday he run, Friday smackdown. He out of sight, we hunt him down with a shotgun Saturday night.
Versus Moose.
And put in the box, minimize. You honestly think we got time to sympathize with these pathetic guys when the bullets like telepathy and literally go in and out of minds?
Dallas Cash.
Think I'll be a face plant, but that's no biggie. It's consequences for your creed. I'm not very nice. Thank Kofi Kingston, cause something from the West gonna leave trouble in paradise.
Versus King HP, making his battle rap debut. Going down September 3rd. Only on the Attitude Era podcast. Subscribe now.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Raw just concluded, and we got the reunions coming up. We're going to talk about it. But let's talk about Bron. No Paul Heyman in sight. Seth Rollins left with his wife earlier in the evening, just slightly earlier. After we're going to get to that. But yeah, what an evening. I would like to ask y'all how y'all rating it. You know, that's my thing. I got to ask y'all how y'all rating Raw. What are we looking at? Scale of 1 to 10. Simple numbers. You know what I'm saying? Is it 7? Is it 8? Me personally, I thought it was decent. I thought it was pretty good. Oh, I thought it was better than decent. I thought it was a good Raw. I don't think it was super crazy, but I definitely thought it was good. I can say 7.5. 7.5. It definitely had its high points. I think your AJ match was a high point. I think we're pushing a storyline of the Kabuki Warriors and what's going on with them, Io Sky and that whole situation. At the same time, adding more layers to the Judgment Day situation. Don't forget, Dom pinned Finn Balor to win that title. Hey, we'll be with you in spirit. You know what I'm saying? He told that man. So a lot of loose ends. And we finally got some answers to the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was to be honest, I thought that was a little what up, Danny? We see you in the chat. Good afternoon, good sir. I thought that was should have been something we should have got yesterday, because Stephanie Vicure, or Stephanie Velcro, has been called by you know what I'm saying, Naomi. We were supposed to get that match yesterday at Clash in Paris. So being that we didn't, I thought personally we should have got that yesterday. However, we got it today. We got an answer. You know, and without question, that answer is going to bring us to WrestlePalooza, the ESPN PLE debut for WWE on that network, going down September 20th. So we look forward to that. But let's go ahead and let's kick off. We can start right where we ended. We get Bron. You know what I'm saying? That's big. Bronson Reed still going by the Tribal Thief. He lost the shoes, but that might be a thing where he collects shoes, you know, if he goes forward in that department. Taking on LA Knight and Jey Uso. Now, I'm not mad at this. I thought it was a good I thought it was a good. I thought it made sense, right? You're looking at the Fatal 4-Way. You're coming off of it. Earlier in the evening, we get a promo from Jey Uso. He ain't even want to run it back. He ain't even, you know, Jey Uso was in a little bit darker, less colorful. You know what I'm saying? I noticed you had the black shades, the black, not with all the yeet, not with all the funny, you know what I'm saying, the fan-friendly kind of things. And basically, LA Knight came out like, hey, this is your fault. And he pointed out 3 instances in the match that we wouldn't have Seth Rollins as champ. Whether you be champ or I be champ, more so, LA Knight was referring to himself. But either way, Seth would not be champ. So he blamed it on him. So we get the back and forth, then we get the team up. That sets the stage, right? Boom. With the stage set, we're going to start with the end. Decent little match back and forth. It's LA Knight, Jey Uso. They're not really friends. They ain't really rocking with each other. But Bron, my question to the WWE, and answer this in chat, are we keeping them as a real tag team? My fingers are crossed that they do, but they also let them do their singles thing. But I'll explain why in a minute. We get Bron, right? They win. They get the dub. It's good. It's all good. Bron Breakker picks up a pin, but then they go to dominate. They go to dominate Jey Uso. And we about to get some tsunamis. They pull one off. We already see what happened with Roman Reigns. They announced tonight after the attack at Clash in Paris. Roman Reigns has several fractured ribs, right? So he'll be out indefinitely. Roman Reigns is starting to specialize in these outings. Like, he's more out than in, but it is what it is with him at this point. So now we're getting another taste of that. Jey Uso, we already knew he was hurt. He was bandaged up. And it's looking bad for your boy. And then all of a sudden, the music hits. We get a run-in. Who? Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? It's about time. One thing I'll say about the Usos, it's always like they're like 2 days late. When you were seeing this man set up for that, you ain't think to run out then? I don't know. But he took that first tsunami and he said, nah, we ain't doing this again, right? Comes out with the chair. He saves the day. No more. They lead a ring. It's cool. But one thing we get to hear, adjust your volume if you didn't hear it. I need you. I can't go out this alone. Jay is saying that to Jimmy. So now it looks like we get a Uso reunion to go against Bron. I'm not mad at this. And if you add Bron to the team of talent in the tag team division, again, I get it. There's a Raw. I get it. There's a SmackDown 2 tag team division. But please combine, because there's a lot of talent in that division. And some teams look like they're splitting up. Street Profits. But others, they're looking like they're cooking. Bron is looking like they're cooking. And so who knows when we get that? Maybe WrestlePalooza. I say that because, one, you got about 3 weeks out. What's today? September 1st? September 20th is the first ESPN PLE. The Peacock PLE era is over. It's over. It's done. So we'll see how this rolls out. And WrestlePalooza, they even changed the names. They even created something new, right? So I don't know if we're going to get more different named PLEs. I don't know if we're going to get whatever. But I do know this. WWE is going to look to make a mark on that day. Also, All Out AEW is that day too. So WWE is not going to spare an expense to make this a success and a gut punch to the other company, and at the same time, a highlight to ESPN so they understand, like, oh, these are good numbers. They can be happy with the numbers, and it'll be all good. So we get that tonight. A good little reunion, so to speak, because it's got to be the Usos versus Bron. You're not going to be able to go any other way. You're still on the heels of almost reuniting the bloodline. Roman being out indefinitely. Roman coming back. He's directly tied to this. Bron Breakker and Bron took him out, essentially. He's got the immense beef with Seth. So that 3-on-3, which will basically be the bloodline versus the Vision. And that's what it's going to look like. We're gonna march our way to. Now, when do we get it? I'm not sure, because as we're going to talk about some things further along in the show here, there's opportunities, right? There's definitely opportunities. If you want to talk Survivor Series War Games, great opportunity, right? The Vision still has to grow, because we know who the bloodline can pull in, right? We know who they can talk to Solo, even though he has MFT. We need you back, bro. We need you, because MFT doesn't really, and I don't know if it's really hidden like that. They can also talk to Sami Zayn. Hey, Uso, one night only. Honorary Uso, what do you say? Right? That all works. And on paper, people will pay to see it. Versus the Vision. Seth, Bron, Bronson Reed, but they would still need a fourth man. Now, that fourth man could come in the shape of a lot of people. We saw Paul Heyman do this before, where he asked a favor to one of his former clients. Remember last War Games? Brought CM Punk in to help the bloodline. Not saying that could bring a Brock Lesnar type of person, but Brock Lesnar is back in some capacity. What capacity? That remains to be seen. But would he team with the Vision? I doubt it. But maybe as a favor to Paul, the way CM Punk did a favor for Paul the previous year, last year, I don't know. But it would be interesting to see, because, again, it seems like all roads are headed there. The writing's on the wall. You got Roman beefing with Seth Bronson and Bron. You know what I mean? Like they just had the match at SummerSlam. It was Jay and Roman taking on Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. And then a one-on-one, Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns. So we got to get this. And then we still need the individual match of Bron Breakker versus Roman. And then that finally gets us to where Roman has a clear shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. So I love it. You pay to see it. And if you don't, WWE is going to give it to you anyway. So when do we get this match? If you got to ask me if I'm a gambling man, which apparently I am, because Wednesday Night Wars got some money on the line, WrestlePalooza, we get the Usos taking on Bron with Paul Heyman in one corner. And I don't know. I don't think we would get the return of Roman Reigns that soon. When you say he got several fractured ribs, that sounds like October, November timeframe. And October is, I forgot what. Z, what up in the chat? We see you on Instagram, good brother. You know what I'm saying? One of the podcasts on one of the, you know what I'm saying, the owners. And yeah, he say Moose is a dead man. You know what I'm saying? Now my money was on Moose. You know what I'm saying? You think that's crazy. I would go against my own podcast people. But when it's my team, the Click Wednesday Night Wars, that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? We in the building. You know what I'm saying? Victory is gonna be upon us, right? But salute to Z, who's a working man right now. So yeah, we might get that for WrestlePalooza. Big day, big names, people like nostalgia too. So when you bring the Usos back under the name the Usos, I think it does it versus Bron. Now, I started off saying, hey, it's a day of reunions. It's, you know what I'm saying? What was I talking about? Well, one, the Usos, right? The Easter egg of the Usos return. Other takes place right before this, where we get, hold up. We got another one in the building. But another one is going to go to Becky Lynch and the promo she gave with the. So, I'm waiting for your face to pop. There he is. All right, bet. Oh, we got a man on the road. All right, bet. About to bring you up, good brother.
Yo, what's going on?
What up?
Hey, I got caught up with family coming over, so I'm doing this walk before I get back.
They good. You know what I'm saying? But we here, we live. You know what I'm saying? We you know. I just talked about the Usos little reunion. Probably get it at WrestlePalooza, maybe versus Bron. I mean, that's where it looks like the writing story is taking us. WrestlePalooza, the Usos taking on Bron. I can't do it by myself, bro. I can't do it. I need your help. My man, Gamaja is always traveling. What up, Dennis? Dennis in the building. Click member. We got Z on Instagram. They're gonna go back and forth between two different platforms. But what was your thoughts before I move on to the Becky Lynch and CM Punk joint? What was your thoughts on the Usos or / LA Knight, Jimmy or Jay, LA Knight, Jay Uso versus Bron?
I do like this. I do like the lead up for it. This is going to be the best, honestly, especially for the tag team division. This is probably the best thing they can do right now.
I would have to agree with you, good brother. I would have to agree.
Because we, especially for Raw, they sorely need more and better threats in the tag division. So maybe this will help with that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of what I was alluding to too, and I did a fingers crossed on maybe they remove the double tag teams, make it undisputed, because there's a lot of time, mostly on SmackDown. But when you factor what Raw does have between the War Raiders, the New Day, Usos reunion, Bron, American Made, like they got some squads over there that can get busy, you know. So when you factor all that in, it feels like the golden age of wrestling with the tag teams, where you can headline with tag teams because there's that many, they're that good, it's that impactful.
Yeah, I do agree.
We're gonna move on to What you thought of the Becky Lynch CM Punk promo?
I'm not gonna lie, I missed that promo. I saw when
Oh,
saw when Punk came out calling out stuff, but then once Becky came out, I had to dip out, and I was like, damn.
okay. Well,
So
let
I
me
missed that promo.
she talked her stuff. She basically said it was kind of flaky as far as I got booed during she was talking about her matches. She was like, it used to irritate me because I would hear your name getting chanted during my matches, and I never did nothing to you. I'm the best women's wrestler, blah 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 blah. Yo, but then she started hauling off, and she ain't smacking with the typical, that typical woman smack that might knock a tear loose. Most of us men, we've been here. You know what I'm saying? She smacked, back smack, brought it back smack, brought it down, then across, started giving her when you get hit with the infinity logo, that's never good. You know what I'm saying? That's never good. And I say that because that joint hurt. Smacks hurt worse than anything else. You know what I'm saying? So she hit him with this. Then she turned those figure eights, those infinity logos, into chops. The back and forth across the chest. Like she done, she put hands all over this man. And he stood there and took it. Hella angry too. And CM Punk, he got them bags under the eye. Like he wanted to cry. I can't make that face that he make, but if I could, I would. Like it was tough.
I think every man, at least once in their life, has to deal with something like that.
She buried her head in his chest. She was talking reckless. She was like, I now gotta wash my hands. I gotta take a bath in bleach. I gotta change my clothes. I just like I did last night from touching her ball sweat. Like she was just going in, bro. She was going in, and the crowd, continuous chants of the AJ Lee. Now, not sure if people peeped it. The backstage, CM Punk was like, "Hey, he's a raw guy." He said, "Hey, where?" He went to Adam Pearce. He was like, "Yo," he's like, where's Rollins? Where's Rollins? Where's They left. He said, "All right, bet. Where's SmackDown this week?" Chicago. He said, "Okay, perfect." Right. So
I didn't catch that part. Okay.
stand by. I completely think AJ's coming. Does she get here before WrestlePalooza?
I would. Thing is, my expectation is so low, so I'm not disappointed. But the way they're doing this, how can you not have her? It has to be her.
He has to find a woman to put hands on her. And remember, the shots that were being thrown was directly. She was like, tell him, it's not my fault. You have bad taste in men and marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like he directly attacked her. She directly attacked him back about marriage, specific about choosing your partner. So all the seeds are there for AJ Lee to come back. Do they get it before? I mean, WrestlePalooza is big. So if you're gonna do it, WrestlePalooza. And going back to last night, for people to sit there and say, I don't think, the whole arena is chanting AJ Lee. It's clear. I don't care who grew up to or not. It is clear that's what the crowd will recognize. They want to see. It doesn't matter what your thought process on it is. For 20,000 people or 10,000 people out of 30,000 to be chanting that name, she's gonna get a pop, bro.
Absolutely.
A big pop. So debate what you want. What you might have heard on the pod last night. Say that for the crib. Tonight is evidence that she will get a huge pop when she returns, and the WWE universe is hoping for. Becky Lynch even addressed it by, she doesn't work here. Like she wouldn't say the name, but she doesn't work here, just like the crowd. Something to that effect. So I think there's been a conversation about this program and behind the scenes. And they probably said if the timing is right, if we can align stories and make it work and not be stupid. Because again, if you just randomly bring her back, yeah, it's pretty stupid, right? But if you bring her into this storyline right now and you check her, where he was like, "Yo, I got some," because he said, "I'm gonna make you regret being with Seth Rollins, and then I'm gonna make you regret you ever put your hands on me." There's only one way to do it. You got to get a woman to whoop her. That's it.
Yeah.
Just so happens your wife is a former world champion as well. So it's not far.
You know what? Let me take it there. Can we say does she wrestle better than Becky? Do people feel that way?
I think people do who've seen her. I think people do. I think Becky's great. I think but AJ wrestled a different level of wrestling woman then, too. So, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Layla Ali, Clarissa Shields question. You know what I'm saying? It's like when Layla was putting them down, it was this time period in these weight classes. You're not fighting now. So when we look back, we can make debates. But unlike that, we get to see this in present time if they can pull the trigger on it, So that's one thing I will say. And I think WrestlePalooza is perfect for it, whether they get it off in time. But if you're gonna debut on a new network, you have the Women's World Heavyweight Championship on the line. You got Cena versus Brock pending supposedly. You got Cody versus Drew, and then if you did a tag match, the World Heavyweight Champion and the Intercontinental Champion, women's versus CM Punk and his wife, and I think it writes itself. That PLE is sold with those matches alone.
How many matches is that already? Like that's possibly 4, right?
I think that's 4. Cody and Drew, John and Brock, Stephanie and Io, and then and if you do that tag match, Seth and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and AJ Lee, because why do you need to go on SmackDown this Saturday in Chicago or this Friday in Chicago, Punk? You're a Raw superstar. Why you gotta tell her? I'll make you regret you ever put your hands up. Like you got Becky Lynch putting her hands all over. First she hit him in the balls, and then she said, I gotta wash my clothes, or I had to burn my clothes from your ball sweat, your funky ball sweat.
Damn, she said that?
Yeah, bro, she was getting busy. That's why I said when she did the low blow, remember when Paul Heyman did it to Roman? I'm like, bro, that was mad long. He was under there. There's no reason for that. That was extensive. You know what I mean? But yeah, she definitely went in on that promo. I didn't think it was her best promo, but I definitely thought it got the point across. CM Punk got the point. Crowd shut the. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to bleep it and blah, but they got that across. Shut the fuck up. So but yeah, they that's where it looks like the lines are heading. If it's not AJ Lee, I don't know who CM Punk could pick in that locker room to make that story make any sense.
There isn't really anybody. The only person they showed, didn't they show him with Rhea? That's a possibility, but I don't think it's going to be her.
Yeah, they do. He was backstage talking. That would be corny though.
It would, but you know what? I think Rhea and Asuka might be in WrestlePalooza.
It looks like they're setting that up.
Yeah.
So WrestlePalooza may be, I don't know if they're going to keep the 5-match PLE style, but they might do 5 to 7. And if they do, it might, on paper, it might be really, 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 really crazy as far as the card is concerned. Because right now, and with Cody shooting and him just having the baby, him having a title drop at a big PLE that's brand new, you know what I'm saying? And this going to Drew, I'll be going crazy. I would go crazy. So I would think that would be a crazy move that again, it establishes Drew. I mean, Drew's established, but you know what I'm saying? It puts him back to the top of the mountain. But
yeah, I agree.
We shall see, good brother. We shall see.
Yeah, I would not be opposed to Drew winning. I wouldn't.
Absolutely not. I would love it.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Even though I'm Team Cody, probably the only Team Cody on the pod, that doesn't mean I always want Cody to win.
Right. I'm with you, bro. I do think I can see that, and I hope that. But we'll see what happens as we get closer. And does Cody come back, before WrestlePalooza for some promo, which I assume he would, but
Yeah, because this is how I see it. If Drew doesn't win, that means they want to get Cody and Randy out the way.
bound to happen.
Yeah, that's the only way I see Drew losing. They do him and Randy next. But then if they do that, who goes over?
I would love to see Randy go over, but I feel like they won't do that at this point. They start using the term part-timer, but I feel like all wrestlers at this point are part-timers compared to what they used to do and how they used to have such a vigorous road schedule. So it's hard to say, like, you're a part-timer. I keep seeing people not on matches, not on PLEs, missing weeks at a time. While there are some that are there every week. But again, there's definitely a dip in the amount of house shows they do. So, very, very, very interesting, good brother.
Nothing just building real quick. I'm gonna still be on. My camera's gonna be off real quick.
All right. Next thing I was about to move into, though, the Intercontinental title. Dom and AJ Styles.
The crowd reaction AJ got, no pun intended, was phenomenal.
100%.
And it really, it hurt me that wasn't on the pay-per-view, on the PLE. It hurt me it wasn't.
Yeah, I would like to agree with you, Gamaj. I think it should have been there. I'm gonna slide until you get your face back. I'm gonna slide into the one man view, but you'll still be verbal. I'll just slide until your face comes back. It would look weird. But I will say this. I wish it was on the PLE, but AJ Styles is God tier overseas. Because that reaction is, and you remember him and Cody, the camera shaking, da 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 da,
Yeah,
like
crazy.
That's nuts. And it was no different tonight. No different tonight.
And they were doing that for like a good 5 minutes.
Yeah. Do you think the right man won?
Yes and no. You can, that's tricky.
Hey, brother, that's why if you don't know, Gamaj is having a little camera difference, so he's doing the one person view so his camera comes back up so it gets situated. But y'all can hear him. I know you can hear him because I can hear him. But you say it's tricky. Why you say it's tricky?
Give me 1 second.
Well, until he comes back with his thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I think the right person won. And I don't like to say that too emphatically because I would have loved to see AJ run with an Intercontinental title for a little bit. However, if you're building Dom's character and you're building where Dom is, Dom will need victories, whether by hook or by crook, because right now he's in a heel role. He will need victories over some legends, over some top tiers of the mid cards. Now, is AJ a mid card guy? No. No. We ain't doing that. However, right now they have him battling for the mid card. So this is the uphill battle for Dom, clearly, because on paper you're like, woo, this is a serious, you know what I'm saying? It's Dom is the underdog on paper, even though he's the champ, even though he's going in with the title, he's the underdog. And I would like to say that with all faith, you know what I'm saying? You give me that thumbs up when you're good brother. You're actually still on here. Once you unmute yourself, they'll still hear you. It looks crazy right now, you know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fix this short thing right here.
Yeah, I think Dom, being that he's a heel, he's allowed to get these style victories. And if you're mad, don't be, because you are the same people that more than likely love Roman Reigns. And guess what? He had a 3.5-year run, and the majority of his victories were not clean. He
I'm glad.
needed assistance. He needed assistance. You see what I'm saying? So Dom getting a win like this, American El Grande Americano, popping up, plate. Hey, remember, Judgment Day was barred from ringside. Gamaj, how you call it? Did the right guy win? What are your thoughts on the match and AJ Styles?
I think this was my favorite match of the night.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um, I forgot about Grande Americano, so that's why I was a little surprised that Dominic won.
Don't get emotional, brother.
Nah, so you know what? Okay, let me say why Dominic winning was a good thing. We the potential of two belt Dom is possible, and I know people want to see that, and even I'm not opposed to it. My only negative with that is, do you feel like if he gets two belts, does this somewhat downgrade the IC belt? Because clearly that belt has not been it has not been defended that many times.
No, Dom's done a pretty decent job. Remember, he went to he beat, I can't even remember who he beat. But he defended it against a AAA dude. He's had other title defenses. One against AJ. I can't even think back to who else he beat.
It was AJ, then that AAA guy. I don't remember who. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember his name. And was that it?
I think he has had one more. I just can't remember. But it'll come back to me. But one thing with Dom, he's always active. He's always in that ring. So even when he doesn't have defenses, he's defending. Remember, if he takes a loss to someone pins him, they're perfectly in line to ask for a title shot. You beat the champ, So it's not far fetched. You know what I mean? It's not far fetched. I don't know if this is gonna fit you. But I know you know how to finesse that two belt Dom thing. I don't think it makes too much of a difference because when you're two belt Dom's got a title that the WWE is not really gonna count. If they didn't count their own title for speed, they don't say so and so's a speed champion too much. They don't bring that up. I don't think that. I do think he might bring that belt on television, but I don't think it'll hit the same like when Seth Rollins was US champ and heavyweight champ. You know what I'm saying? A world WWE champ. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it'll be the same type of impact. You know what I mean? But I do think it matters because people seeing Dom with two belts, period, puts him, you know what I'm saying? This makes people go, oh, he's good.
I could see that.
You know what I'm saying? Because imagine just being a casual and you like, you know what I'm saying, wrestling, and you're like, oh, Dom, now he's got two belts. Oh, he's good. Like he's gonna win. He always finds it, So it keeps that narrative going. Cesar 905, what up, good sir, down in Colombia. Salute, good brother. I don't know too much Spanish. Buenos dias. But I do think Dom was the right guy to win. Although I would have liked to see an AJ, but I'm okay with how this went, and it wasn't clean.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's why I wasn't as upset because it wasn't clean.
Yeah, Dom's a heel, man. You could run this to the moon. Dom can do this all year. Roman did it for 3.5 years. A bunch of unclean victories all throughout his reign. He's got some clean ones in there, but he also has a lot of tainted victories. People might have complained at that moment, but guess what? It's OTC. People are like, oh, he's looking weak. He's losing now. Well, if he ain't got nobody to do his dirty work, for years you watch people do his dirty work. Remember when he beat the brakes off Kevin Owens with the bloodline in the ring and he was pushing around Sami Zayn? How did he get that victory? He had the bloodline help. So it's not like he was just dominant and they couldn't mess with him. Nah, they was messing with him, but he had more resources. Dom has a lot of resources.
I think at this point, Dom doesn't lose the IC belt unless Finn Balor interferes.
I'm waiting for that to happen because that's the man he beat, and that's the Judgment Day storyline that we never really got that from Damian Priest. You know, Damian Priest cost him, but we never got a real good story build up into that rivalry that should have been. And it just didn't. It just didn't. So I think for Finn on this time around, you know, you pinned me for that belt, Dom. You should be thanking me because I could have kicked out, right? And they said, "What? You wouldn't have kicked out?" And it just starts that whole, you know, when they tonight, JD McDonough and Finn had a match, or Finn had a match, really. And hey, where were you? I was out there in good spirits. I was out there, you know what I'm saying? I was out there. So when they get barred from ringside, they say, "Oh, we'll be out there in spirit." It's like, yeah, they don't really get along, but they get along enough to keep the group going. So I'm okay with that. Any thoughts on AJ though? You know, because I feel like AJ's counter is rolling down.
So this was something I mentioned like in the chat, but my own fantasy booking, I would like for AJ to do his last match in Paris. The way they show this man so much love, this man could never get that in the US. Not saying he doesn't get love here, but the type of ovation he gets out there, that would be so great for him to just bow out to.
Right, I agree with you. I agree with that. I would love to see it.
Like, I feel like that's where his last match should be. If you want to do one more appearance with him, like in his hometown, that's cool. But like his last match, his last encore match should be out there.
If WWE can line that up, I just think it's a hard time right now because with John Cena taking so much of the limelight with the final tour. But if that's something he is thinking about, you know, hanging up the boots, I definitely think Paris is the place where he should end it.
I mean, he said SummerSlam. He said this SummerSlam was his last one. He said that before the match with Dom happened. He said this was going to be his last SummerSlam.
Ooh, Dang, that's crazy. So we're watching him and John Cena end at the same time. You know what I mean? Relatively. John is more announced. We have dates for John. We know when John is. AJ, we don't know. It's more of a gut feeling for him. Maybe he pulls the trigger and gives us some more. Maybe he doesn't. Whew. Let me ask this. If AJ were to retire in, let's say, about a year's time, do you see any more title runs in him? And if you do, which title are you looking at?
Probably one of the secondary belts. I don't think he gets another world title. Yeah, not saying I wouldn't like it, but I don't think they put that on him. I think he gets like another IC or US title run.
I ain't gonna lie. If the question is posed to me, because they do that typically with their older stars, they don't put the titles back on them. I think they need to get out of that habit because people would love to see Randy Orton become a champion again. We saw it with John Cena, and look at the reaction we got. Get out of this habit that of putting the old guy, the other guy, the younger talent over. That's not necessarily always true. A lot of times it's said, but it's not really happening. We still recognize so-and-so as the guy versus the guy you just let beat you. John Cena put several people over at WrestleMania in the past so many years, his last past appearances. It didn't bode well for him. Solo Sikoa, Austin Theory didn't do good for him. So,
Solo was at Saudi, I think.
No, wasn't that Mania?
No, that was Saudi.
All right, well, either way.
Yeah, Austin Theory was Mania. But
Roman Reigns.
It's the same point you're making, so I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, I mean, you still got a clean win over John Cena and didn't do nothing for you. Matter of fact, you went on to lose several matches. You went on a losing streak after beating John Cena. So it's like the company has to keep your writing elevated. Like when they did with Brock Lesnar. When Brock Lesnar beat Undertaker for the streak, he didn't really need the upward writing. He could have just kept going the way he was going. But next thing you know, he squashed John Cena. Like he beat the Undertaker, and then off that he goes into SummerSlam and squashes John Cena. You know what I'm saying? And it just bodes like, oh man, this guy's really unstoppable. Because the eye test tells you he did something no one else did, and then he did something again that no one else did. Squash John Cena, bro. And that was the induction of Suplex City. So, whew, man. Any other thoughts on Raw in particular?
Did you already talk about the announcement with Stephanie and Io?
Oh no, thank God.
So
Wait, here's the good news. You know where it works. We'll be there on Monday. Let's go. We're SmackDown on Friday. Chicago, then sweet home. Why? Tremendous.
yeah, okay. I'll say this: if it's not AJ, it's a bust, bro.
Facts. If it's not AJ, it's a bust. When you do that off screen and you get the, you know what I'm saying, you get the people, it's definitely got to be. And WrestlePalooza is perfect for it. WrestlePalooza is going to shape up to be one of the biggest cards they've had in a long time.
It's already arguably their best card on paper if we get the matches that we may get.
Yes, I agree with you. 100%.
I mean, let me ask this about Io and Stephanie. Because I remember for a few weeks I had called that outcome when I mentioned how Io was supposed to get her shot. It didn't happen. Stephanie earned hers. So it made sense for it to be those two. Do you think they should have been at Clash of Paris, or you think it's better that they're doing it at WrestlePalooza?
I think the announcement should have been made at Clash of Paris. We'll find out what's going to happen. And Stephanie, because we've seen this type of stuff before. I always go back to Shawn Michaels 1995 In Your House. I think it was September, October. Shawn Michaels couldn't defend that IC's title that he had just won from SummerSlam because he had gotten jumped by 9 guys or whatever, right? So he was all battered. And he ended up turning over at that pay-per-view. He ended up turning that title over to Dean Douglas, right? And then they came up with him. So we've seen this type of thing before. It's not new to the WWE. I thought it was just in poor taste that they didn't have anything planned for her to do at Clash, and you give it to us on Raw. I'm happy you gave it to us because it was just starting to talk about what's going on with the women's heavyweight shot. Like, why haven't you figured this out?
Yeah.
Once you told you should already have this plan. Once you got that medical, she's not cleared. Y'all knew. We didn't know. We speculated, but y'all knew. So you put something together because it was supposed to have been her versus Stephanie McCure for the IC title or for the World Heavyweight title at Clash of Paris. So we should have got something from her.
Speaking of, when was the last time Stephanie had a match?
I don't know. I think they're saving. Maybe she might have been injured a little bit and they're trying to save her. But it's been a little minute since she became that number 1 contender in that qualifying joint. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because I'm starting to think that was what, Evolution when she won that?
Yeah.
So she hasn't had a match since Evolution.
Not that I've seen or I can't remember.
Yeah.
You.
What up? So yeah,
I miss
everything because we're about really just going over the last little bits of Raw, and then we want to tap out. I think with Stephanie not wrestling, I don't know if something is wrong behind the scenes and she tweaked her knee, let's just hold it. Or maybe they're just we don't really have any storylines. We don't want, if no storyline is developed until the world title match, let's just not risk any injuries and keep her off. Maybe give her some promo work, right? And that's it. I just think it was poor not doing it at Clash in Paris versus Raw. Although I'm happy we got it. We got an answer now. We know what's going to happen. WrestlePalooza, we got to wait 3 more weeks. But it'll be her and EO at WrestlePalooza. So we'll see what happens there in Indiana.
Oh yeah, let me ask this: who wins?
I'm gonna go with Stephanie because I feel like something's brewing with Damage Control. With Asuka being so clingy right now, we saw that on multiple snippets tonight.
Yeah.
So I think something has. She may even cost her this title.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think that may be the route they go, and if that's the route they go, then I think Stephanie wins. She becomes the new world heavyweight champion, and we get a new rivalry with Io and Asuka, and Kairi Sane's in the mix. Like, what do I do? Whose side do I take? I don't know what to do.
So if they put it on Stephanie, do you think they're pushing her too quick?
Nah, she already got her appeal. It's not like she came up from the NIL type of deal. She's already got appeal already. They put tag belts on Motor City Machine Guns as soon as they got there. As soon as they stepped in the building, boom, open the door. Hey, here's some belts. Thank you. Right. So I don't think it's too quick because she's been down in NXT getting belts. Pushing her name up within the WWE ranks, getting more exposed to the WWE audience, working on her promo game. Why not?
Okay. Archie, who do you think takes it?
I'm not really interested, to be honest. Like, the match is probably gonna be fire, but the result, it could go either way with that for me, to be honest. I love Io, and people just aren't fans of Io as champion, which I think is weird. Because every run Io's had, people like, why Io? Why Io? Io gets a lot of hate. Like, she gets a lot of hate for some reason.
I don't know if it's hate or because I haven't really seen that. I've seen that with Rhea lately, the Rhea Hogan type of thing. But it'll be interesting to see if she wins, or as we lead in, I'll start looking in chats and seeing like, is that how people? You know what I mean? Like, are people tired of Io Sky?
People, wrestling is weird because you're the favorite until you start being successful. Then there's always see too much of this person. So
yeah, we will stand by. But WrestlePalooza, it's locked in. Io Sky versus Stephanie Vicaire, not Vicure. I got you, Debbie. I got you. I'm gonna hey, as long as I ain't calling her Stephanie Velcro,
that's terrible.
I think I think that works.
she's consistent though. Shout out to Nikki Bella for being consistent.
Then let me see. I'm trying to see if there was anything else last minute standing. I just think going into Rusev, we just get a vignette for Rusev. What are we gonna do with this guy? What does WWE know what to do with this guy? Are they stuck? Are they spinning wheels? Why can't they get something going with a guy who's then at 300 pounds, has barbaric matches? They're good barbaric matches, and they just can't. What's the problem with Rusev?
I mean, I don't know how you don't have him go for the IC belt at this point. Like, I mean, I don't know.
My man made Sheamus tap out yesterday. That's not a common feat.
Yeah.
Right? And then he gave this vignette tonight. Archie, where you see him going? Is WWE done with him? Did they bring him in and was like they got buyer's remorse? What's
I just don't. It's a lot of people. I just don't see. I think WWE has their favorites, and that's just what it is. And if you're not the favorite, I think big part of that might be the deals they sign with the TV deals, and we want this person, we want this champion. WWE always has this thing where they want to sign the international star so they can reach that international market, which I understand. But Rusev is somebody, and Sheamus. Sheamus was the face of the WWE once upon a time. Like, you could not escape Sheamus once upon a time. He was him. He beat Daniel Bryan in 3 seconds at WrestleMania after Daniel Bryan kissed AJ Lee in Miami. I was there. So, and Rusev had a tank entrance. Like, Rusev was the guy at one point. And some reason, I just feel once WWE's not hot on you anymore, it's a long road back to getting hot in the WWE.
I mean, you remember Rusev Day? That unintentionally got over.
Unintentionally. And that's another. But again, I hope the best
He
for
had
Rusev.
the thing with Cena. Rusev was undefeated. Like, it was a lot they put into him.
To seemingly pull the plug.
And they don't ever mention it. Rusev could have been part of Cena's farewell tour since he's back. They had a big rivalry, man. Like, that was a huge thing.
Yeah, I think it's sad, man. When I watched that vignette, I was like, man, what are they doing with this guy? Like, that's what I thought. I was like, he just got to be.
Rusev could be your champion, not just IC. Like, he talks good, he looks good, he can wrestle, doesn't put on bad matches. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I hope they figure it out, man. I don't know what it is, to be honest, because again, he's a multiple time Royal Rumble runner up, where he so close. You know, him and Roman Reigns was like neck and neck. You know what I mean? And he didn't get the nod. So when you're like, well, I was second to Roman Reigns, that's good company. But we see where Roman Reigns is, and we see where Rusev is, and it's like, I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah, Rusev was him, dog.
Yeah, so
same thing with Aleister. They brought Aleister Black. He's feuding with Damian Priest. Cool, but I think that's the peak for that.
Yeah, I definitely think it is.
Truth, same thing. He's doing Fireball whiskey promos now. Like, it's when you hot, you hot. When you're not, it's hard to get hot again.
Well, we'll see what they got going on. Penta, same question. Penta, super hot. Is he a throw? I don't want to say he's super over, but I feel like they're spinning the wheels with Penta right now because he's teaming up.
The Steam Penta, when he started to now, it went down a lot. It's not like gone completely, but it is not the same from when he debuted.
I agree with you. I think it's really noticeable because I think they just use him for Monday Night Raw ratings, for that market appeal, the demographics, and that's it. I think when they start teaming with the War Raiders and they've been cold, and you're going against the New Day.
I didn't even know they were still on the roster until I saw them come out. I was like, oh, Eric Ivar is here.
Yeah, I think wasn't one of them injured or something like that? I don't remember.
Yeah, and there's no knock on them because the War Raiders War Machine was crazy. They can wrestle. I like them, but I didn't know they were even still a team like that. So
I'm kind of surprised they did not try to push Ivar for like a solo run for a bit. Because I remember when his partner was either injured or away on like maternity leave. I remember his wife was pregnant.
Oh, okay. You said maternity leave, brother. I'm like,
yeah. So, because I remember he had a little solo run. He was actually going at it, I think, with them Bronson Reed at one point.
HP, you never took maternity leave with your kids?
It's paternity leave.
Oh, I mean, you never took that?
I took paternity leave. You said he took.
I thought it was maternity. My bad.
I was like, what the hell? What the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, but nah, he had a little back and forth match with Bronson Reed, and for his size, like he moves, he does flips and all of that.
Both of them get busy now. There's no knock on them. Penta, I'm not sure what they're doing with Penta at all.
I think until the Lucha Bros reunite, I don't know what they're doing with him.
Man, I haven't even thought every week.
It hasn't even been a thought in my brain, and I've just been watching Penta go like this. Most people want to go like this. Penta's been going like this, and I'm thinking about it. You're with the War Raiders in a 6-man tag versus the New Day, and it's like the New Day has been, they've been going like this.
That would have been a perfect time to bring the Lucha Bros together in France on a worldwide stage. That's one nice good one-off to get a reaction.
Imagine that we could have Lucha Bros reunion could have been potential. The same night we got a potential Usos reunion.
I wouldn't do them both on the same though, because again, Ray Phoenix hasn't gotten off to the best start in the W. The first thing they did was give that man an L right off the gate, like right out the gate, and that was, and they
But
just
people
haven't.
just want to see Penta and Ray flip around. They want to see the flippy stuff that they
They
complain
do, but
about.
it seems like they've used Dragon Lee to fill that void. Dragon Lee has been like he had the match tonight with Finn Balor, and it's like again with this copy and paste style, people can't be themselves. So Ray Phoenix, I don't think he gets to the level he was at. And like
Watch Worlds Collide, and you're gonna see it there. Because when anytime they've done anything in AAA, it's been up here.
Oh, the other thing with Dragon Lee and the other wrestlers in AAA, they're doing more moves there they haven't done in WWE. Maybe it's a more freedom they
well,
get.
all the leagues are like that.
I don't know, but
All the leagues are like that.
I think eventually they will water it down, but you can't not give AAA fans what they've grown accustomed to. You cannot do that. Like
I think they should not do that. Will they? I
eventually, absolutely.
Yeah, I think over time
honestly,
they will. But I agree with you.
they already started with Alberto Patron with the whole controversy with that.
Yeah,
Whether you
that was
agree
their
or not,
champion.
but they've already started.
So it's just like TKO. TKO, WWE, they're not gonna interfere with the man. 1 year later, Triple H
Well,
ain't
because
making
it's not like what AAA was doing was not working. Like they're AAA, they're established. So the reason for the deal we'll never know. But it's not like they were a struggling company. Like they're established legacy company.
Well, I think again, when you want to go after demographics and stuff, you got a big Mexican Hispanic company that has legacy, and that's a perfect target. And again, WWE can offer anything to anybody. They're the big
And
bad
stay
win.
out the kitchen. Don't mess with the recipes. The food is delicious. Stay out the kitchen, WWE. You might want to readjust the logo. Crackle Barrel changed theirs and it went back. But look, stay out the kitchen. Leave the recipes alone. You might change the workers' uniforms, might change the hours of operation. But leave the recipes alone. The food is muy delicioso.
Yeah, hopefully, Ray Phoenix will just go down there and get busy because he's not getting busy in the WWE, and it's very copy paste. WWE seems like they don't.
I think it's very easy to become Shinsuke Nakamura. And what I mean by that is Shinsuke Nakamura's been wrestling a very long time. Very long time. So when you get to a company, you're making the most money you've ever made, and you're wrestling the least you've ever wrestled, I think it's real easy to be like,
Okay.
And I read that myself. They said Shinsuke Nakamura loves his life in Florida with the WWE at the time. I don't know where he is now, but they say he loved. When you a older guy, older wrestler, older athlete, you get the most you ever made and work the least you ever worked. You're not gonna come. I gotta go lose to who this week? All right, let's wrap this up. I gotta get back to my boat. It's
I
it's
gotta get
not a
back to my book.
bad deal, is what I'm saying. Toward everybody's not AJ Styles. AJ Styles wants to wrestle. He wants to be out there.
Fact.
But hey, because if you tell me I can make the most and not gonna say the least, but do less work than what I did to
What you used
earn
to.
earn what I was, yeah. And then a lot of the athletes, I don't want to call them legacy acts, but the older acts, they've earned that. Like Shinsuke's earned the right to chill at this point. So that's why I'm really interested to see what happened with Oscar, because Oscar's another one who's been wrestling a long time. Even Dom's 15 years deep in the game. So
Dom's got a lot of years more than a lot of wrestlers on that roster.
Yeah, with Asuka, a lot of people don't know she's what, 41, 42?
Yeah, she's up there
and she was just out a year
with that knee injury.
So yeah, you can get. Hey, it's not a bad deal. Is all I'm saying. No knock on Shinsuke, but
I wish Shinsuke would come back and give us a better part, because I like Shinsuke. I like his entrance. I like what they revamped him and he was U.S. champ. I like the darker version, and then he just what happened? Where'd he go? WWE writing, man. I think it's very inconsistent, and I think that's the problem. I don't think it's the wrestlers. I think the wrestlers just go with the flow of.
No, you want to wrestle because it's what you do. It's your job, right? You know what I'm saying? You want to do it. is if they Bret Hart, he told us, on other things, and when he was on this pod, he show up to WCW set, and they had he fly in from Canada, and they have nothing for him to do.
That's crazy, insane. But yeah, that's. There's a
Yo,
lot.
Miles, did you hit your AJ Styles point already? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I watched the play.
that's why I was wrapping up with the last little thought. That's why I was like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm about to hit the last thoughts. We've been here an hour. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, any last thoughts? And I'll go around. We'll start with Gamage. You know what I'm saying? The celebrity of all celebrities.
Last thought from me is, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be the first time in a long time I've said I can't wait for SmackDown, and that's just to see if AJ comes back.
That part.
Matter of fact, this might be their highest viewed SmackDown in a long time if she comes back.
Just off the strength of your man's out there Easter egging it. Tremendous. Where's SmackDown going to be this week? Chicago. Tremendous. Right? Like, what the hell does that mean after we watch her slap this man like 20-something? Golly, bro. Archie, the busiest man in wrestling business, the greatest healing podcast, Wrestling Today, always got something going on. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I show up to work. I don't go Shinsuke Nakamura on y'all. Gamage, I have zero faith in them that they're going to pull this off and execute this. So I'm not getting excited about it. We've had the AJ Lee conversation last pod, so I'm not going to get excited. I don't want to get my heart broken and be looking for one thing and then don't get it.
Oh no,
but
my
before we get
is so low. It's just, will I be disappointed if she doesn't pop out?
100% will be.
I won't be disappointed because all that teasing, dangling is not. No, that don't happen. If she does not come out, I'm gonna laugh.
Bro,
laugh.
They put too much. It's too much dip on the chip. It's like it's so obvious that I think WWE might be like, you know what? Let's give him Nikki Bella again.
I'm telling you, I'm going to laugh.
Hey, I'll tap out. Someone else, you're gonna see someone else on this pod.
It's so blatantly obvious that the WWE might have something else going on. Like it's been things that have been blatantly obvious, and the crowd wanted it. Becky even mentioned it in her promo. So the C's, it ain't even no C's planning. They pretty much said this is we leaning toward this, but we'll see. But before we get to Friday, we gotta get to Wednesday, baby. Look, if you don't know, this Wednesday right here on Attitude Era Podcast is going down. The Attitude Era's Wednesday Night War season finale is happening with a live all wrestling ball battle rap featuring Z the Dropout versus Moose and Dallas Cash versus the man making his battle rap debut, the undisputed podcast champion of the world, King HP. King HP.
Oh man.
Yeah, this Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. right on Attitude Era Podcast. And like always, I'm always doing something. So follow me at the Archie Carter on Instagram to see what I got going on. Again, shout out to Pro Wrestling 225, 100 episodes in the can, and looking forward to 100 more. And that's all I got, baby.
Yeah, the Archie Carter.
King HP.
Crazy on Wednesday. Make
King
sure
HP. King HP.
That's
King HP. King HP. King HP. King HP.
Man, hey, I'm going straight to the bank because we about to take out cash. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be crazy this Wednesday. You know what I mean? I look forward to it. I know Z was in the chat earlier talking crazy. We saw Dennis Legendary, aka Moose. He, so and I know Dallas is gonna be ready. So tune in for the fireworks. Other than that, catch me in the Hall Breezy Universe every Sunday. We didn't actually go live this past Sunday. I didn't have it in me anymore. But
King
yeah,
HP, Dallas Cash.
I'm ready for this.
Your ass.
Hey,
Dallas Cash, we own your ass.
But no, it's gonna be some craziness this week. this week specifically. Wednesday Night War is going to be crazy. Friday, they'll be back in Chicago. Will we get an AJ Lee?
Oh, yeah. Friday. He sold it. He sold SmackDown. He sold it. It's like, yeah. And they needed it. So, man, shout out to CM.
He said, I'm going to make you regret that you ever put your hands on me. He went straight. Where's SmackDown?
Becky went a little too far, though. She was like, Becky, you got to chill.
Even her promo, she said, I had to burn my clothes from your ball sweat. Like the shots at the marriages for each other, it's you better not pull up with him talking about, I'm going to get Rhea Ripley. I'm walking out. I'm walking out. It's only one person.
But it's so obvious that they might just not do it. That's
Dog, I hate that you say that because it makes me mad because we've seen WWE do these type of things in the past where
layups, and they'd be like, oh, let me shoot this half court three. It's a layup. Why fast break layup? It's right there. Hey, but we'll see when we get there. But yeah, I want to say shout out to the chat, man. We have the best chat on the internet. Everybody in the chat, all of the click, your season 1 Wednesday Night Wars winners, the click, and all my horsemen 97, man. Shout out to the chat. And if you want to be a team member, you want to get drafted, look, we're gonna go break all that down this Wednesday so we can let you know how you could be part of season 2 of the Wednesday Night Wars, aka the Horseman 97 Revenge Tour. But we'll get to that Wednesday. But appreciate everybody tuning in. You know what I realized too?
Yes, sir.
I enjoy Monday Night Raw when it's early in the day. I think watching the shows at night, then recapping them, kind of makes it a little less unenjoyable.
I can see that.
Because even the other week, I was like, yo, this ain't bad. Like, I'm up. I got a little energy. Like, I still got things I can do afterwards. So I think watching the shows earlier is a better experience. Because I actually enjoyed this today. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
No, I'm with you. I would 100% agree with you. I would look at, I know they can't get the audience they would want at that time, though. Because if they came to the States, you're not going to draw at 2:00 p.m. People are work.
People at work hating their jobs at that time.
So it's definitely a benefit to be early. So I appreciate these overseas shows and they get to see. And there's probably going to be plenty more because they got business deals with everybody.
I heard Michael Cole said Raw is moving to Netflix in France in January. He said that tonight. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, they mentioned it on Clash that all of January is international.
And Stephanie telling people, yo, get that VPN. And that's crazy.
She did that I don't think she put 2 and 2 together. Because you got a sponsorship deal. Yeah, it's a VPN. But you're
not supposed to do that, Stephanie. You're not supposed to do that. But you growing in the trail of HP or what, man?
Oh yeah,
because all I want to say is Wednesday, King HP, Dallas Cash, we on your ass. We see y'all Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Normal time is 8, but this week is special. So we're going to be here at 9:30 so you don't miss it. We're going to talk a little bit, talk it up a little bit and, do some recapping. Plus, we just got some wrestling talk to talk with the After Era Podcast chat. But, yeah, 9:30 this Wednesday is going down. I'm excited. I mean, hopefully Wednesday leads into a great Friday. Then King HP will have a W. Z you have a W, and we all get to see AJ Lee. I'll call that a good week. That's a great week right there. HP, don't mess up my week. Don't mess up my week.
Hey, it ain't gonna be me. I'm telling you that.
Hey, that's all. Hey, on that note, I ain't got nothing else to say.
This Friday, this Wednesday is going down. The next time, oh my God, that's the next time you're gonna see us.
Ooh. Next time you see HP, he gonna be in the ring, baby. I like it. I'm excited.
So yes, see y'all on Wednesday.
9:30, right here. Don't miss it. King HP.
I said it, yo!
Wednesday Night Wars. Z the Dropout.
A Macho Man, Savage Height. Thursday he run, Friday SmackDown. He out of sight, we hunt him down with a shotgun Saturday night.
Versus Moose.
And put in the box, minimize, you understand? telepathy and literally go in and out of minds.
Dallas Cash.
Or be a face plant, but that's no biggie. It's consequences for your creed. I'm not very nice, thank Kofi Kingston, cause something from the West gonna leave trouble in paradise.
Versus King HP, making his battle rap debut. Going down September 3rd, only on the Attitude Era podcast. Subscribe